Are you suffering from insomnia? Are you having a hard time sleeping at night? Well, that's the topic we're going to be discussing on this show. So stick around. Late Night with Coach Eli starts right now. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Late Night with Coach Eli edition. Haven't done a late night show in quite some time, and this is technically the second show of the day, even though it is after midnight even here on the West Coast where I'm at. And look who's here! Mutt Nuts World is in the house. Mutt, it's 3 in the damn morning where you're at. It's 3 in the morning. Are you an insomniac, Mutt? You must be an insomniac if you're up this late in your neck of the woods watching this show. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are you an insomniac? Because obviously you are. And since you are, which I assume, because you're up late, I've got a great article I'm going to be reading tonight that was released late last year. And I read it when it first came out late last year in November. And it has helped me quite a bit with my insomnia because I do have insomnia. And it is 20 tips to beat insomnia and sleep better. So stick around for that. But I will get to the chat in a second. But first, I have to make sure that notification has gone out. And give me just a second here. Give me just a second here. Okay. The notification on YouTube has gone out. And let me make sure that the back end is working well. We've got 3 people currently viewing here, 4 likes. Thank you so much for being here. YouTube is rolling well. Let's make sure that Facebook is rolling well because once again, this late night or early morning, depending on where you're at, we are simulcasting on Facebook as well. Let's check it out. Hey, once again, this late night or early morning, depending on where you're at, we are simulcasting on Facebook as well. Let's check it out. Hey, once again, this late. All right. Okay, we are ready to rock and roll. Let's check out the chat and see what Mutt Nuts World is saying. Hey, Eli and everyone. Hey, Mutt, how are you? Welcome to the show. Mutt furthermore says here, but on mobile data, the weather's still messing my net up. Okay, that's cool. At least it works. At least you could be here. Mutt Nuts World says, yes, I am, meaning that she's an insomniac. And she goes, love the background. Yeah, I got this from Pixabay. Love that site with the royalty-free, copyright-free, no attribution required images. I took it and I cropped it down to where it would look good on the screen and enhanced it a little bit. And yeah, I'm glad you like it. You like the night owl with the moon and the birds up top, right? But I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but in all honesty, do you feel at least my streams have some of the best backgrounds you see on any live streams? And they're different every time, right? You always get something different when you come to Coach Eli's channel, right? And the backgrounds typically pertain to the topic. So, you know, this is a night owl, right, Mutt? This is a night owl, right? I'm sure you put 2 and 2 together and figured out it's a damn night owl, right? Okay. Mutt Nuts World furthermore says, I usually take melatonin for my insomnia, but had a lot of work to get done, so did not take tonight. Does melatonin, does it like mellow you out and like put you to sleep? Does it make you drowsy? And Mutt Nuts World says, I love owls. Okay. And she says, yes, I do, meaning that she loves the backgrounds of this show. Mutt I know you weren't here for the show I did earlier. I did almost a 3-hour stream earlier. It was quite interesting. And the stream earlier, just so I don't butcher the title, let me go back to YouTube studio here. Drama content limits your success is what the thumbnail said. That was the topic of the stream. And let me just go back and make sure that, give me just a second here. Come on, YouTube. YouTube's running a little bit slow on the back end lately. Come on. Here we go. Okay, we're rolling well. So I did a stream earlier, and it was titled "Drama Content on YouTube and Other Social Platforms Limits Your Success, How to Turn This Around." And I felt really good after that stream, Mutt. I felt really good after that stream, but at the same time, I was kind of feeling a little bit uneasy. I basically was tired, but feeling good and feeling like I had a lot of energy. Like, have you ever had that feeling where you're tired, you feel like you want to get some sleep, but you're such a high energy person like myself that you can't tone yourself down enough to get some rest? That's how I was feeling after that stream earlier. And I decided to go take an Epsom salt bath. And I was relaxing in the bath for a couple of hours and was watching the replay of my show. I typically will watch my replays when possible, just to make sure everything rolled smoothly and that I got my words out properly. You know, folks, one of the best ways to become a better public speaker is to listen to yourself after you do a public speaking gig. I highly suggest you do that because you'll get better by listening to yourself and correcting any mistakes that you have made in the past. And I felt like doing another stream to talk about this topic because I have been suffering from insomnia probably for most of my life, but more so over the past year or so. And I think there are many reasons why I've been suffering from insomnia, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Mutt, if this makes sense to you or not. But I will tell you, when I'm a single man, I suffer more so from insomnia than when I'm not single, because when I have a woman that's sleeping next to me, for some reason I feel like more content, and I'm happy with myself. And I'm not unhappy that I'm a single man. I would prefer to not be single if I could find the right woman. But I just feel more relaxed and more content when I have a nice woman in my life and she's sleeping next to me. Like, I just feel so relaxed. And I don't know what it is. The only thing I can say is that, when I've said in the past that men and women balance each other out, I think that's one way that men and women balance each other out. Let me ask you, Mutt, when you have a special man in your life, do you feel a lot more content and more relaxed, and do you sleep a lot easier? Let's see. Jeff Carr. Owls keep rodents and pests away. Hey, Jeff Carr, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. Is this your first time here, or have you been here in the past on a different account? I'm just kind of curious. How did you find out about the channel? Just wondering. Mutt says melatonin knocks her out. Jeff Carr, I have a fake one in my yard. Okay, cool. Muttnuts World says, I was at a family party when you did the first live. Sorry, I missed it. No worries, but you can't make them on. I can't make all of yours. I try. We still support each other even if we're not around. We can catch the replays another time, but I get it. Don't worry about it. But it was a great show. In case you need something to view tomorrow, it was an interesting show. It was an interesting show, and I announced some things on there. I'm going to be doing a documentary on a particular YouTuber that needs to have a documentary done outside of YouTube, so that way he can't false flag me for copyright when it's fair use. So check out that replay if you get a chance. Jeff Carr says intermittent sleeping is said to be better by some scientists. I do take a lot of power naps That's what I assume you mean, Jeff Carr. Intermittent sleeping throughout the day. Take little power naps when you can. I do when I can, but sometimes I have days where, I have plans to hang out with family or friends, and I have plans to do a live stream or a YouTube video and run my business. And I've had some coaching clients to take care of lately, and some other things. So sometimes you can't fit it in. But yes, that's a great idea. If you could take power naps in between your days, even a 1 or 2 hour power nap, that's a great thing. The problem for me is every time I take a nap, I need to make a new fresh pot of coffee to wake myself up because my body's so used to the caffeine. If not, I feel all groggy until I have that coffee. Speaking of which, I made a fresh pot of freshly ground Colombian Supremo from Costco before the show started. It tastes pretty good. Jeff Carr, I'm 46, so maybe it's a certain age group that has trouble sleeping. I'm 47, Jeff. I'm 47. I came in before, but was getting bombarded by trolls. Maybe 6 months ago. How'd you find out about the channel, Jeff? Just kind of curious. Are you an actual YouTuber? Are you a content consumer? How did you find out about this channel? Have you been involved with some other people that I've been involved with in the past? Just kind of curious. I go run or walk, and that helps me sleep. That's a great thing. And when I go through this blog here, 20 tips to beat insomnia and sleep. A lot of the tips you're mentioning are a part of it. And again, this has certainly helped me, beat insomnia for the most part. I still have insomnia, and I still have those days that are worse than others, and today is one of them, which is why I'm doing this stream right now. But these 20 tips will certainly, help you get your sleep back on track. Folks, it's very, very important that you get a good night's rest each and every night. And the typical decent amount of sleep is about 7 to 8 hours. But I usually get about 5 to 6 hours, which it's better than nothing, but it's not good. And my late father, before he passed away, almost 13 years ago, he told me when I was younger, and I'll never forget this. This is a great power tip. And this has certainly helped me. The problem is I can't typically get to bed before midnight. My father said that for every hour of sleep that you get when you go to sleep before midnight, it's like getting 2 hours of sleep. So if you go to sleep after midnight, then it feels like you're only getting 1 hour of sleep for every hour of sleep that you get. So in essence, if you go to bed before midnight, like 11 o'clock or so, 10:30 or 11 o'clock every night, and you get 5 or 6 hours of sleep, it's going to feel like you're getting 10 to 12 hours of sleep. And it certainly makes sense. Whenever I've gone to bed before midnight, even if I don't get a full 7 or 8 hours of sleep, I feel better than getting 8 or 9 hours of sleep after midnight. And I think part of that has to do, being an entrepreneur. If I don't have clients in the morning, if I go to bed late, I can sleep in until 9 or 10 in the morning sometimes. That does happen sometimes. The problem is, it's not dark outside anymore. And even if you have your shades closed, some natural light still comes in, and it can and does affect your sleep. So those are all great tips there, Jeff, and thank you so much for sharing them. Caffeine will mess you up. Well, it's been messing me up my entire life. They actually say, Jeff, and I think I remember you now. I think I remember you from the past. Yeah, I think I do remember you. It's been a while. They say if you drink caffeine within moderation, it's good for you. But if you drink too much of it, then you can become caffeine dependent, and that will certainly affect you from, getting a good night's sleep. Well, here I am at 12:23 a.m. Pacific time, which is 3:23 Eastern time, drinking coffee, doing a live stream, which is going to probably last an hour and a half or so, maybe 2 hours, and then try to get to sleep at 2 or 2:30 in the morning. and then get up and start the new work week, right? Muttnuts World says, I feel that my insomnia tonight will make my OCD kick in and I will rearrange my office bedroom. Wow. Mutt, have you ever stayed up all night and then slept in the entire next day? Just kind of wondering. Oh, man. Okay, let me check Facebook and see if anything's happening over there. Nobody's watching on Facebook. That's okay. It's late at night or early in the morning. Jeff Carr says, if I watch old black and white documentaries, that helps me sleep. That's not a bad idea. That's interesting. He furthermore says, get a routine of watching or listening to the same thing. Yeah, another thing that, helps me get to sleep when it's raining, it's much easier for me to sleep. And I used to have one of those natural sound machines, those dream machines, where you can simulate the sound of rain and thunder, but it broke. And that used to help me get to sleep when it wasn't raining. So that's another thing that can help people. That's helped me in the past. That's just, something that's worked for me, something you can try. But yeah, that's a great idea. Get a routine of watching or listening to the same thing, like a natural sound such as rain, thunder, etc. Maybe the ocean water. That's another sound that naturally helps you fall asleep. Muttnuts World, I take caffeine pills when I need the extra energy, but always have soda around. Caffeine pills are definitely not good for you, Mutt. I mean, I shouldn't talk because I drink coffee, but caffeine pills are very, very addicting, and they're really not good for you. But I guess you got to do what you got to do. Got to do what you got to do. I have gone 37 hours with no sleep, says Muttnuts World. Chef Carr says, as you get older, try to get caffeine from a natural source like green tea. Green tea is very good for you. I actually do have some green tea, some stashed green tea from Amazon, and I buy the fully caffeinated tea because the decaffeinated tea is still caffeinated, but it only has 25% of the caffeine of regular tea. A lot of people don't realize that tea is naturally caffeinated. You're right. And even decaffeinated tea, which is what I'm trying to say, still has a little bit of caffeine in it. So green tea it's actually very good for you. Good point there, Jeff. I'm glad you're here tonight, man. You're definitely contributing to the show, man. Thank you so much. Muttnuts World says, but yeah, I've been up all night and sleep all day before. Yeah, well, I've done that. I've done that on days where I don't have any clients or taking a day off. But if I have, clients or friends or family to visit or other things to do, I just figure it out. I figure it out. There's also something else I have not tried. It's made by the same company that makes NyQuil and DayQuil. It's called Sleep Aid, I believe it's what it's called. Let me see. Vicks. Yeah, Vicks Sleep Aid is what it's called. It's called ZQuil. ZQuil. And the reason why Vicks created ZQuil, I haven't tried it yet, but I may try it, is because people, when they're sick, they use NyQuil to, NyQuil is a decongestant to, clear their sinuses and to be able to sleep, right? And it has like antihistamine in it, right? And that helps people, it knocks people out to fall asleep. So people started using NyQuil to fall asleep when they weren't sick, and that wasn't good. That's not good. So Vicks created a great product, ZQuil, which gives you a similar effect without the risk of using NyQuil when you're not sick. Do not use NyQuil, folks, to fall asleep when you're not sick. It's the purpose of NyQuil is not to help you fall asleep. It's to help you feel better when you're sick so you can get rest. Use ZQuil if necessary. I haven't tried it, but I heard it's a great product. I'm going to probably try that out really soon, and then I'll let you folks know on a future show how that works. That ZQuil don't work for me. You've tried ZQuil, Mutt? Energy drinks can be hard on your body. Absolutely. Had the bottle of them for a year, only had to use them 5 times in a year. That's eco don't work for me. The turkey amino acid helps. Okay. Jeff Carr says I can't remember how to spell it. Yeah, no worries. No worries. All right. Let's get to starting this blog here, because it's going to take a little while to go through it. I'm going to try to blitz through it as quickly as possible. I'll be periodically checking on the Facebook side of things in case somebody pops on, but nobody's on Facebook right now. Even though we're simulcasting there, maybe they'll catch the replay in the morning. All right, so let's switch on over to the browser source. And this is from the onhealth.com website. 20 tips to beat insomnia and sleep better. Reviewed by Charles Patrick Davis, MD, PhD, on 11/17/2020. So here are the 20 tips. Number 1, back off of blue light. Smartphones, e-readers, tablets, computer screens, TVs, and digital clocks emit blue light, a short frequency of light that may be harmful to the eyes and disrupt sleep. Minimize screen time for several hours before bedtime to get a good night's rest. Wearing orange-tinted glasses that block out blue light may also be helpful. Apps are available for your computer, tablet, and smartphones that prevent the screens from emitting blue light. Besides blue light exposure, it makes sense to power down several hours before bedtime to maximize your chances of getting a good night's rest. Cover up any displays that may be visible from your bed, like a digital clock. Blackout curtains can block out ambient light from outside. Well, with your smartphone, okay, my opinion is you take your smartphone, okay, and you face it down. Put it down. So that way, you can leave it on, and I would leave your smartphone on vibrate, okay, in case an emergency happens. You can hear the vibration. If someone keeps on trying to text you, at least it'll wake you up for an emergency. But I would turn your ringtone off, put your phone to vibrate, and put your phone down. So that way, if you're getting notifications and stuff, your phone, the light is not popping on and affecting your sleep. Mutt, do you keep your phone face down when you're sleeping so the light doesn't bother you? So that's a good, first tip right there. Nap if you are sleep deprived. Just like Jeff said earlier, naps are a good way to get some extra rest if you are tired, but too long of a nap will make sleeping at night harder. The best naps are under 20 minutes. Any longer than that may interfere with nighttime rest. Short naps are proven to boost alertness, mood, and performance. Take a nap in a cool, dark room for maximum benefits. Avoid napping too late in the day, as this can also negatively affect nighttime rest. Naps longer than 10 to 20 minutes are associated with sleep inertia, which is grogginess and disorientation that occurs for a few minutes up to 30 minutes after waking up from deep rest. That has happened to me. And I got to get better at that because, the author of this blog is right. Like, I've taken power naps for 1 to 2 hours and I wake up groggy and I have to have coffee just to, function again. And then it affects me from being able to sleep later on at night. So yeah, if you're sleep deprived and you're going to nap, take some short naps, set your, alarm on your phone for 20 minutes. And then when it goes off, wake up and get back to doing what you're doing. That's just my thoughts on that. Clock watching increases anxiety. Oh, I've done that in the middle of the night plenty of times, especially when I have something exciting to do the next day. How many times has that happened to you folks? When you have something exciting to do, you can't wait, but you need to get rest, although you're so excited to keep looking at the clock and you're not getting, a good night's sleep. One of the worst things you can do if you're having trouble falling or staying asleep is to watch the clock. Watching the seconds, minutes, or hours tick by when you're wide awake may produce a lot of anxiety, which will not help you sleep better. Yes, the anxious feeling you get of whatever you have going on the next day. Like, especially if you're meeting a new woman for the first time and she's attractive and she has a great personality, you get excited, right? How many times that happened to you guys? Ladies, same thing for you on the flip side. You get excited to meet that guy and you can't sleep, right? Because you can't wait, right? So you're watching the clock. You're watching the clock. Avoid the temptation to watch the clock. Turn the clock around so you can't see the display. Instead, do something productive to pass the time and make you sleepy. My problem is that I look at my smartphone like every hour. I have it facing down so the light, won't bother me while I'm getting intermittent sleep an hour at a time in my bed. But when I wake up because I'm excited about the next day and it's still not time to wake up, I look at the clock from my phone. That's my problem. I got to get better at not doing that and just let the alarm wake me up. Instead, do something productive to pass the time and make you sleepy. Read a book, get up and do some light chores around the house, or have a cup of tea. That's a great thing that Jeff said a little bit ago, decaf, which decaf is still caffeinated about 25% of regular. I drink fully caffeinated tea. I love caffeine. I'm sorry. Or warm milk to help you fall asleep. Gosh, I haven't had some warm milk in a while. That sounds pretty good. Anything you can do to distract yourself and pass the time when you can't fall asleep is helpful. Right. Great ideas right there. Let me read one more and then I'll get back to the chat. Use pillows to ease low back pain. Yeah, if you have low back pain, like, I'm still recovering from a pinched nerve. It's like 95% healed. I'm feeling a lot better, but I can still feel a little tension on my lower back in that area, right? So use some pillows to ease the lower back pain. People who suffer from low back pain often have trouble sleeping. And in one study, people who had acute or chronic low back pain, I don't have chronic or acute back pain, this is just temporary, reported equal problems with sleep quality. Okay, hang on just 1 second here. Hang on 1 second here. Okay. So people who had acute or chronic low back pain reported equal problems with sleep quality. The level of pain was not associated with rest disturbance. If you're plagued with back pain, try sleeping on your side to reduce pressure on your lower back. Place a pillow between your knees to make sure your hips are in alignment to further reduce low back strain. I've done that plenty of times. I have a full body pillow in my bed. And I know this is going to sound weird, and some of you will probably cut this, but it's kind of like, it gives me the feeling like I'm with a girlfriend, right? It gives me that feeling like somebody's there I can hold on to, and that can help me fall asleep. There's nothing weird about that or wrong about that. It just helps you fall asleep, and it gets you in the right position. Pillows do help. They absolutely do help. Place a pillow between your knees to make sure your hips are in alignment to further reduce low back strain. I've done that many times too. I've got many pillows. Make sure your mattress is supportive enough and that it doesn't aggravate your back pain. I love my Sealy plush pillow top bed, California king size. Very, very comfy, very relaxing. When getting in and out of bed, getting into and out of bed, swing both legs together and avoid bending at the waist to protect your back. Most of us don't do that. That is a great, great tip. Avoid bending at the waist to protect your back. All right. Let me check out the chat real quick. Yeah, whoever this C is, I'll go ahead and approve your message. Tip to sleeping good at night. Work your ass off all day. Yeah, you get the endorphins flowing when you work that hard, huh? I wonder who that is. Try tryptophan, the amino acid, says Jeff Carr. Tryptophan, however you pronounce it. It's just a meth. It doesn't really cause you to fall asleep like that. It helps me because after I eat turkey, I get really tired. Wow, okay, that's interesting. I love turkey. Melas says, no light, don't bother me. I can sleep with lights on or off. For me, I cannot sleep in pitch black. It freaks me out. It makes me feel claustrophobic. Now, I cannot have it be fully bright, but I can't have it be pitch black. Everybody's different. Some people love getting blackout curtains. I used to date this girl in my younger days, and she liked the pitch black curtains. And whenever I would stay at her place, I had to just let a little bit of light in. I told her, I said, you got to make an exception for me because I feel like I'm claustrophobic. Like, you literally can't see anything. Like, it's so pitch black. And that's technically supposed to be the way you're supposed to sleep. But for me, I need to have a little bit of light. Typically, what I'll do, sometimes I'll sleep either with the shades a little bit open, and when the moon is shining, I get a little bit of light that way, or I will turn on the TV with no sound or very low sound, and that helps me get some sleep. So, having the TV on in the background with low sound or no sound is very helpful to me. That's just something that helps me get some rest. Jeff Carr, it's just not as strong as a drug, LOL. A fan or white noise, but I think you said that. Yeah, I have a fan. I have a nice Vornado fan I bought from Costco to replace one that went out on me last year. And I keep it on low because if I have it on medium or high, it's way too loud and way too powerful. But keeping it on low keeps the air flowing. Even if it's cold and I have the heater running, I have a fan running. Like it's a little chilly where I'm at right now, and the heater is on. But I also have a fan blowing on me to circulate the air and to have that natural sound. And when you have air circulating, it helps you breathe better. When you have the heat on and you have no ventilation, that can make you feel all stuffy. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff or Mutt. Have you ever had that feeling where the heat's on and it gets really stuffy and you have no fan on and you just feel like you can't breathe? You have to open up a window a little bit or turn on a fan. Let me know if that has happened to you. I don't own a clock, only the ones on my cell and PC. Okay, I can't drink anything that is decaffeinated or diet. I only drink diet stuff and caffeinated stuff. Again, diet stuff is not good, but if I drank regular soda the way I drink diet soda, I would be 300-400 pounds right now. So, one way or another, it's not good to be that unhealthy, and it's not good to, drink that many diet drinks. There's a lot of sodium in diet drinks to offset the sugar, and some other stuff in there that's really not that good for you. But, they have fewer calories or 0 calories. That's why I drink them. Again, it's your choice how you want to, handle it. Yeah, a clock is more of a decoration nowadays. It sure certainly is. That's exactly what it is. Information Man Show at A Grip on Life. Great information. How you doing, Information Man Show? Welcome. I think I've seen you here before in the past. What's been going on, man? Are you from another country, which is why you're up so late? Let me know a little bit more, because I think I've seen you here in the past. Mutt says, I have always been a side sleeper. I've been a side sleeper, a back sleeper, a stomach sleeper. I toss and turn. Like I'm a toss and turner. So Chef Carr says, back injury is no joke. Yeah, don't injure your back. Don't herniate a disc either. That's not fun. It takes a long time for a herniated disc to heal. It's taken mine almost a year. It's been like 9 months since I herniated my disc. I've talked to other friends that herniated a disc, and it took them about a year to fully recover from it. Protect your back, folks. No joke. Jeff is right. Protect your back. Jeff Carr, it's 20 degrees out, and I open windows at times. It's pretty cold, man. But that's Russell says I can't sleep in a room that's below 70 or over 85. Wow. Okay. My girlfriend gets pissed. LOL. Okay. Well, you got to keep her happy, right, man? At times I like it when someone I'm dating gets pissed because then we can make up and the sex is great, better. But yeah, I'd rather not. I'd rather not argue. I don't really argue women. So there's no point to it. There's no point. Anyway, let's continue here. Keep your neck in a neutral position. Neck pain is a common reason many people have trouble falling asleep. Maintaining proper posture can reduce the probability of neck pain and help you get better sleep. Make sure your neck's in a neutral position. That means your nose should line up with the center of your body. Get a pillow that is the right height to keep your neck in a neutral position. Too high, and your neck will be bent too far forward. Too low, and your neck will be bent too far backwards or backward. A feather or memory foam pillow that molds the shape of your head and neck are good options. That's what I need to get. The My Pillow guy that got removed off of Twitter for stating some political comments that I guess social media doesn't want. He sells one of the best pillows. I should buy one. He sells one of the best pillows, that's good for your neck. I use expensive, White Goose pillows. They're very fluffy and comfortable pillows. The problem is there's really no neck support, and you have to fold the pillow and try to stuff it to the point of where your neck has support. And that's why I think I'm going to actually finally invest in one of those My Pillows because, I've been wanting to do it for a while, and that's one of my biggest issues. You've heard of the term pain in the neck, right? You get a pain in the neck because, your neck's not supported properly while you're sleeping because of the pillows. The regular pillows don't have neck support, right? Try to avoid sleeping on your stomach. The problem is it feels good to sleep on your stomach, but I get it. Sleeping on your back is good or on the side. Your head is turned to the side in this position and twists your neck, which may cause pain and put pressure on nerves. Yep. And can pinch nerves too. Yep. Yeah, great points. This was one of the best articles I've read on, people that suffer from sleep or have insomnia. Allergy-proof your mattress and blankets. Allergies interfere with the ability to get enough sleep. And I have allergies. So do you, Mutt. Jeff, do you have allergies? Symptoms of allergies include sneezing, sniffling, and coughing. That's why I take Allegra, and I also use Flonase. And that helps, keep my allergies in check to the point of where, I'm not as congested or anything like that, and I can sleep. And if I have a cold, then I use NyQuil and DayQuil Severe, which works very well. But you don't want to use NyQuil and DayQuil for too long. It's just temporary, a few days. If you're not feeling better after 2 or 3 days, you got to go see your doctor and maybe get on some other medication, But, for me, when I feel sick most of the time, I'm not even really sick. It's my allergies. And if you take your allergy medication, I use Allegra. You can get it over the counter or on Amazon, or Flonase. You can get that over the counter or on Amazon. It works pretty well, but you gotta stick to it. You gotta take it regularly, daily. Maintain an allergen-free bedroom to keep allergies at bay. Dust mites are a common allergen found in bedding. Right. To minimize exposure to dust mites, encase your mattress, box spring, and pillows in zipper dust mite-proof covers. Who the heck does that? I know some people do. Most people don't. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it makes sense. Make sure the covers are hypoallergenic and made of microfiber to deter the growth of mold, mildew, and dust mites. I don't have any problems with that on my bed. Change bedding often, at least once per week, and wash it in water that is at least 130 degrees Fahrenheit to kill dust mites. Keep pets out of the bedroom to minimize exposure to dog and cat fur and dander. Yeah, dog and cat fur, especially cat fur for me, can give me an allergic reaction. Not all cats give me an allergic reaction, but a lot of them do. A lot of them do. And too much dog fur will give me that reaction as well. So yes, that's excellent information right there. Use the bed only for sleep and sex. It's a great idea. Sounds good. Sounds good. If you have trouble sleeping, get up and do some light chores around the house or another activity until you feel tired. Do dishes or declutter a closet or drawer. Mutt, you do that all the time. That's great. That's absolutely great. You should only use your bedroom for sleep and sex. And that's all I use my bedroom for, are those two things. And the second one is only when I have a girlfriend, which, haven't had one in a little while. So, I just use it for sleep. If you work, read, watch TV, or use the computer while in bed, you may be too stimulated to fall asleep. And I've got a 40-inch Sony Bravia, a nice TV on the wall of my bedroom. And I love the TV. But I try to not keep it on too long when I'm in there. Well, I keep it on when I'm sleeping at times, but I try to not watch it for too long, because it will affect you. It will definitely affect you from falling asleep. It'll overly stimulate you. Keep the TV and computer out of the bedroom. Well, that's kind of hard to do nowadays. You want your body and mind to associate the bedroom with sleep and relaxation, right? Because those things overly stimulate you. Another good tip is to keep the room cool to improve sleep quality. Yes, and that's what I was saying earlier, is that even when it's 20 degrees outside like it is in Jeff's neck of the woods, I would have a fan to circulate the air, because if it gets too stuffy, that's not good. If it gets too cold, then you're freezing. You can't sleep. You got to have the right temperature. And Mutt, I think you hit the nail on the head. Like for me, I will tell you, I'm even a little more picky than you. For me, the perfect temperature is anywhere between 70 and 74 degrees Fahrenheit. If it's cooler than 70 degrees, okay, I have a hard time sleeping because I may feel a little chilly, even though it's really not that cold. If it's more than 74 degrees, okay, I had a girlfriend I used to date that liked turning on her heater, and she set it to 75 degrees. Like, who in the world puts their heater to 75 degrees? Most people put it to 70 or 72, right? Okay. She put it to 75, and I was telling her, I cannot breathe in your bedroom. And it almost, ended our relationship until, we figured out other ways to handle the situation. You can use heated blankets. So I got her own special heated blanket that would just keep her super warm. And then the heater was set to like 70 or 72. I cannot breathe if somebody has the heater on at 75. Who in the world turns their heater on to 75? And I'm like, babe, how much is your gas bill each month? I'm not worried about it. I just want to stay warm. Oh man, I remember those days. That was hilarious. Another good tip is to keep the room cool to improve sleep quality. I mentioned that already. Let me read one more and I'll check out the chat. Mind your circadian. How do you pronounce that? I gotta go check that out on Google. All these fancy words, right? Let's hear this.
Circadian. Circadian.
Could you folks hear that Google sound? It should go through. Let me know if you could hear that in the chat. All right. Mind your circadian rhythm. Going to bed and waking up the same time every day, even on weekends, can help you get good sleep. Yeah, if you can get on a good sleeping pattern, a good rotation, you go to bed 11 o'clock each night, you wake up at 7 in the morning or 6:30, you're good. But most people can't do that nowadays because our schedules vary, right? Some people have kids, they get up earlier, right? It's hard, but if you can get into that circadian rhythm, I finally pronounced it right, it'll help you out better. I knew what it meant. I just couldn't pronounce the damn word. Maintaining a sleep schedule helps your body have a constant sleep-wake cycle over time. This will help you get to sleep quickly and get deep sleep throughout the night. Another way to optimize your sleep patterns is to get adequate sunlight as soon as you get out of bed in the morning. Go outside without sunglasses and get 5 to 30 minutes of sun exposure to tell your brain to wake up. Early morning sun exposure also increases the production of melatonin. Okay, yeah. So again, if you get on a good sleeping pattern, if you can get to bed at the same time every night and wake up the same time every morning, you get your body used to that. Like my father said, if you get to bed before midnight each night, it's like having 2 hours of sleep for every hour. That would even be better. So yeah, it makes perfect sense, but it's very hard to do. Let me read one more here, and then I'm going to take a quick break and then come back and finish up the rest. Watch out for hidden caffeine. Many people rely on morning coffee to stay awake, but caffeine consumption after noon may contribute to sleep problems. Well, it's after midnight and I'm drinking caffeine, so I'm probably going to have sleep problems tonight, which is why I went live. But I will find a way to get to sleep. I will. Actually, for me, it's interesting. I can drink a pot of coffee and go to sleep an hour later. Like if I want to do a 3-hour show in the middle of the night, I'm tired, I can drink a pot of coffee and it'll help me get through the show, and then I can just go to sleep afterwards. If I'm not thinking about anything else. What really sleep deprives me and gives me insomnia is thinking about other things in life, like thinking about my love life, thinking about financial things, etc. It's not caffeine. Does not affect me from falling asleep. My body's weird in that way, but it's not the caffeine that affects me. To maintain good sleep habits, avoid caffeine in the afternoon and evening. Caffeine is found in many foods, beverages, and even certain medications. For most people, this is true. For me, I'm one unique son of a gun. So listen, I'm an exception. Don't do what I do and expect to be able to fall asleep. This is true for most people here. Some hidden sources of caffeine include chocolate, tea, some pain relievers, weight loss pills, soda, and energy drinks. You may need to experiment a bit. People have different abilities to metabolize caffeine. Well, I just said that in different words. I metabolize caffeine very quickly. It works for me when I need it, and then once I'm done doing what I'm doing, I can just take a nap or fall asleep, and I'll be fine unless my mind is consumed with something else. That's what my problem is. It's not the caffeine. But for most people, it's the caffeine. So this is very important. You may need to experiment a bit. I've experimented all my life, so I know my body very well after 47 years. But that's a good point. People have different abilities to metabolize caffeine. If you are very sensitive, which I'm not, I need a lot of caffeine for it to work. You may even have to avoid decaf coffee, which contains a small amount of the stimulant. Anything decaffeinated is going to have about 25% of the fully caffeinated version. So there's no such thing as 100% decaffeinated. But there's far less caffeine, like 1/3 to 1/4 of the regular level of caffeine in decaffeinated products. So that is that. Okay, so before I continue here, let me go back to full screen and read the chat before I take a quick break, and let Mutt and the rest of the people that are still here look at this beautiful background tonight of the night owl, right? The night owl and the moon. Oh, yeah. We are at 49 minutes right now. Let me check and see if there's anybody out on Facebook right now. Nobody's out there on Facebook. Okay. So Jeff's probably out. He probably went to sleep. Thanks for stopping by, Jeff. Greatly appreciate your contributions earlier. Please come back again, man. Mutt Nuts World says, with my asthma, have to sleep with lots of pillows with my head raised up or I can't breathe. Mutt Nuts World says, cat fur don't bother my allergies. Well, cats, I'm allergic to most cats for some reason. I don't know why. Dogs, I'm cool with. But cats, now sometimes too much dog fur can get to me, if it's shedding. But cats, for some reason, most cats give me an allergic reaction. Not all, but most. Yes, I do, and my bedroom is also my office. Okay, so I forgot what you were saying. I forgot what you were responding to with that, Mutt. That's okay. Let's move on here. I live in a 4-room house and have the only bedroom. My mom sleeps in the living room, and then we have the kitchen and a bathroom. Okay, I keep my heat around 70 to 75. So, Mutt, you're saying if you put your heater to 75, it's not too stuffy for you to the point of where, you just can't breathe? Like, if the air is too hot for me, I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep. And here's the thing. There's a difference between 75 degrees naturally outside and 75 degrees of heat pumping from your natural gas heater. So there's a huge difference there. The natural gas heat over 74 degrees has affected me from being able to, it makes me feel like I'm going to suffocate. So that's just my reaction to it. Yeah, heard it, Mutt says. I'm drinking a big glass of soda right now. Okay. All right. Well, Mutt, I'm going to step away and take a quick break here. But first, let me check one thing here real quick. Let me see. Wow. Okay, that was interesting. I'm not going to say the message just got on my phone. Very interesting. Mutt says, no, if the heat is above 75 in my room, can't sleep or breathe too good. For me, it's above 74. 75 and greater, I'm feeling that way. You have an extra degree, Mutt. So it's pretty much the same thing. Pretty much the same thing. All right, let me cue up some royalty-free YouTube music. And step away for a quick 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. All right. That's 3. And 1 more. All right, folks, I'm going to step away for a 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. When we return, we're going to continue reading the article on, how to tackle insomnia, 20 tips on how to get a better night's sleep and, try to get rid of your insomnia. So stick around. Late Night with Coach Eli will be right back. Mutt's gonna say, welcome back, right, Mutt? Welcome back! Yeah, we missed your welcome back earlier today, Mutt, or yesterday. You know, it's after midnight now. Oh, yeah. Haven't done a late night with Coach Eli show in quite some time. And there it is. There's the welcome back. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Pump it up. Pump it up. Pump it up. Yeah. Woo. I feel good at 1:12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's 4:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in your neck of the woods, Mutt. I feel so good tonight. Had to do a second show. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. The Late Night with Coach Eli edition live here on YouTube and also simulcasting live once again on Facebook. Glad you could all join me this late night or early morning, depending on where you are at. It is 4:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is 1:13 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here in my neck of the woods, the beautiful, glorious San Francisco Bay Area, Northern California. And just for poops and giggles, like I've always said, West Coast is the best coast for streaming. Some other people have said that East Coast is the best coast, right? Some other people from other parts of YouTube that run drama channels, that are insecure and weak-minded, say East Coast is the best coast. And then they said, except for streaming. Well, at least you acknowledge that, so thank you so much. I don't know if I'd be up at 4 in the morning streaming. I've done it before. I've done it in the past, and let me tell you, I was working my insurance job back in those days, and whoa, man, I'll tell you, working both jobs back in those days wasn't easy. But anyway, tonight we are discussing, are you having a hard time sleeping at night? Insomniac. One more time. Are you having a hard time sleeping at night? Are you an insomniac? And the thumbnail says, are you suffering from insomnia? And if you are, many people are nowadays, especially now during this pandemic, where we've been on, lockdown most of the time, some of the time, it keeps coming in and out. It takes a toll on people. It makes us feel restless when we're stuck in the house all day or in our place all day, and we're not doing anything. We have a hard time falling asleep because we feel like we haven't accomplished something. I will tell you, like for me, one of the other things that prevents me from falling asleep is when I feel a lack of accomplishment on any given day. If I feel like I haven't done enough for my coaching business, my YouTube channel, or other aspects, like I just have a hard time falling asleep, so I'll just get up like you do, Mutt, and start working on something. And then sometimes I'll be up in the middle of the night, I'll be vacuuming my place, or, I will be preparing for another live stream or a video, or, I'll just be doing something because I feel a lack of accomplishment. Sorry, I couldn't get the words out. Mutt, have you ever suffered from falling asleep due to the fact that you have felt a lack of accomplishment? I'm curious to know if that has happened to you. Let me know in the chat when you get a moment, if you're still around. And let's continue with this blog because it is getting late. And let's move back over to the browser source. Here we go. Exercise improves sleep quality. It certainly does. It gets those endorphins flowing. Regular physical activity reduces the risk of insomnia and helps you get a restful night's sleep. Whenever I've gone hiking, like a long hike, I'm so tired, but I feel so good. My muscles are so relaxed because I've worked them. I sleep much easier. So that's a great thing there. Get some exercise regularly. Studies have shown that getting as little as 10 minutes of aerobic activity per day is enough to significantly improve sleep quality. Cycling, running, and swimming are good options to make exercise as conducive to sleep as possible. Avoid working out within 3 to 4 hours of your bedtime. Yeah, you want to, what I will do is I'll go hiking throughout the day. I'll end the hike by 6 or 7 or 8 o'clock during the summer, maybe 9 o'clock, because, in the summertime, the sun is out later, so you can do longer hikes and you can start your hikes later. But yeah, then afterwards, I'll have some dinner, and then typically by 11 or midnight, go to sleep. So yeah, that's about right. Avoid working out within 3 to 4 hours of your bedtime. So after that hike, you definitely don't want to go to bed right away. You want to wait 3 to 4 hours. That makes sense to me. I've experienced that, and that works beautifully. Mind-body exercises like yoga and Tai Chi are relaxing to do in the afternoon or evening. They are great for relieving stress and set the stage for you to get a good, deep sleep. Yeah, especially if you go hiking with a beautiful woman that you're dating, like I used to with my ex Dana, and then you snuggle up at night and maybe get a little more exercise, if you know what I mean. One of the two things you should be doing in the bedroom, like the blog author said earlier, sleep and sex are the only things you should be doing in the bedroom. It's all good. It's all good. Smart nighttime snacks. This is probably something that affects you, Mutt. Eating certain foods in the evening may interfere with your ability to sleep at night. Foods that are heavy or very rich, fried, or spicy may trigger indigestion. I don't eat spicy stuff late at night. Carbonated beverages and citrus fruit may also be triggers. Yeah, that's why I try to lay off, the carbonated stuff. Or the spicy stuff. That will affect your stomach. It will probably act up your stomach, and it's going to affect you from getting sleep. It's happened. Heartburn may keep you lying awake at night. That's happened in the past, not all the time, but every so often. Sure, everybody gets heartburn. And there's some, over-the-counter medication you can take for that. Let's see. Choose light, easily digestible snacks before bedtime, like crackers and cheese, fruit, or cereal with milk that won't provoke uncomfortable symptoms. Nuts, I feel, are good as well. I like cashews and some peanuts. Those are very light and easy to digest. Fruit or cereal with milk that won't provoke uncomfortable symptoms. That's pretty good too. When I was younger, I used to eat cereal like all day, like for breakfast and sometimes even for lunch or for even after dinner or before bed, because I've always been very active. And when you play sports, even if you have a full meal and you're burning a lot of calories, you need more calories. So, and this is another thing, like when I've gone on some long hikes, like 15-mile hikes or any hike over 10 miles that I've done, I can eat a full meal after the hike and still be hungry before bedtime because I haven't had enough calories. So I'm going to need to snack on something to help me fall asleep. So everything that's mentioned here, cheese, crackers, fruit. Fruit is very good. Watermelon, I love watermelon. Grapes are good. Some cherries, strawberries, or cereal with milk. That's pretty good as well. One of the best cereals to eat is cornflakes, and my mother got me hooked on that. She's loved cornflakes since we were young, and the good thing about cornflakes is that there's no sugar. Now, most people don't like plain types of cereal, so they go for the frosted flakes with the sugar. That is not good. Do not eat frosted flakes. Eat something such as cornflakes. Don't eat Fruit Loops or anything like that with a lot of sugar, because that is going to mess you up. So cornflakes is probably one that I would recommend. If heartburn is an issue, sleep slightly propped up to keep stomach acid where it belongs. And when your stomach's feeling a little uneasy in the bedroom, you're going to kind of adjust your body, to the best position that's going to allow it to settle. I'm sure you've all dealt with that before. It's a great mention there by the blog author. Do not eat within an hour before bedtime to give yourself a bit of time to digest before turning in. That's a great thing. So yeah, you're going to snack a little bit, Maybe you're watching a little TV, even though they say don't watch TV in the bedroom. Who doesn't have a TV in their bedroom, right? Have a little snack, maybe while you're watching some TV, finish your show, and then, you can fall asleep after that. Your food will have digested more than likely by then, as long as you've eaten the right foods that digest fairly quickly. All right, let me check out the chat here real quick. Let me see how many more we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm probably not going to read all of these because there's just way too many of them. Oh, that's just too far down. I'm going too far down here. Holy smokes. Whoa, where am I? Give me a second here. What happened here? Give me a second. Let me see. Give me a second. There we go. So I'm only going to read a few more of these, and I'm going to share the blog link in the chat because there's just a lot here, and I don't want to make this show too terribly long. I think you folks get the point so far, but let me check out the chat here real quick. Give me just 1 second here. Got some trolls popping into the chat late night. Mutt must have lost her internet connection. Well, I don't like being troll rated. I don't even know who you guys are, so you're all just getting banned. But thank you for the views and the watch time. Mutt, are you still around? Give me a second here. Mutt, do you know any of these people? Jesus Christ, man. Whoever thought that you'd be trolled in the middle of the night? Mutt, are you still around by any chance? Oh boy. All right, Nuts World. If I can filter my way through this chat, I will be trying to sleep and have that feeling of not getting stuff done, and have to get up and work on it until I pass out sometimes. With heartburn, they say to sleep on your left side. Okay. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, back. Mutt, I think those were a bunch of trolls. So I just banned them all. If they come back in, can you just please ban them? If you get this found it buried. I know found it buried. Where are they from, Mutt? Okay, Mutt, can you do me a favor then? Can you unban all these people while I finish the show? Oh. Well, Bubba, you're getting banned for calling me a jackass. That's not cool. That's not cool. I'm really not that fond of raids, to be honest with you, because I'm here to share some serious content. I understand that. But here's the thing. I'm running a professional channel here. And, if you're going to come in and show some support, don't come in like you're a trolling raid. Come on in and say, hey, we're here to support. We found out about you through Mutt Nuts World. You got to be cool about it. But yeah. So Mutt, if you know these people and they're cool, then you can go ahead and ban them. That's up to you. All right, I'm going to read a couple more here. Then I'm going to share this link in the description section of the YouTube side of things, and also share it on Facebook as well. As a matter of fact, I will put the link to the blog on Facebook right now, so I don't forget. All right, just a couple more things here. Alcohol disturbs sleep. Alcohol is deceptive. Initially, it may make you sleepy, but it is actually disruptive to sleep. It also dehydrates you, and you need to be hydrated. Because if you have dry mouth while you're sleeping, you're going to want to wake up and drink lots of water. It's going to keep you awake all night. Alcohol interferes with the sleep cycle and may cause you to wake up too early the next day. Drinking alcohol may make you wake up often at night because you get dehydrated. Alcohol blocks deep, restorative, rapid eye movement or REM sleep. It relaxes your muscles, including those in your throat, so it increases the risk of sleep apnea and snoring. Choose a nightcap that won't dehydrate you. Good point. I felt the same way before I read that. And give you a headache the next day. Right. Have a cup of chamomile tea or a glass of warm milk at night to promote relaxation and help you drift off. Excellent. We're going to read just one more here. But let me check out the chat here real quick. I know found from the grow streams. I only know found it buried. Not sure of who the others are. Okay, we can leave found it buried here. No problem. If I banned them, you can go ahead and unban found it buried. I don't like being rated for the sake of being rated. I want people here on my channel that enjoy the content and are looking to learn something and are looking, for some life coaching tips. That's why I'm not big on this, growth stream, stuff. Like I met a bunch of great people from the growth stream community. But if I get random people just coming in and rating live streams because they feel it's a cool thing to do or they feel it's going to help the channel grow, it's not going to help the channel at all. It's a distraction to the channel, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just stating the facts about that. But hey, thanks guys for stopping by. No big deal. I'm not one of those channels that is just here for fun. I love what I do, but I'm a business. So just letting you folks know that. Let me read one more here before we wrap it up. Prevent nighttime bathroom interruptions. This is important. This is important here because this is something that has affected me. Especially when you drink a lot of caffeine before bed or coffee, you're going to be going to the bathroom most of the night, every 2-3 hours. I'll be dealing with that tonight because I'm drinking coffee at 1:32 a.m. in the morning here on the West Coast where I'm at. It is not good to be dehydrated, but drinking too many fluids may lead to frequent nighttime urination, which may interfere with your ability to get enough sleep. If you find yourself getting up to urinate frequently throughout the night, yes, it's happened to me at times. Not all the time, but it happens to me. It may be a sign of a medical problem. Well, it doesn't happen all the time, so I don't have a medical problem. But it happening even every so often ruins your good night's sleep. See your doctor for an evaluation. Limiting fluid intake for at least a couple of hours before bedtime may help reduce or eliminate nighttime trips to the bathroom. Keep a night light in the hallway and bathroom so you can find your way easily without tripping and turning on the lights, which may throw off your sleep schedule. What I do is I purchased a 6-pack of LED night lights, which they can last up to 50,000 hours each, and they consume very little power. They're not overly bright, but you can see, right? I have one in my bathroom. I have one in my living room. I have one in my bedroom, and it keeps a little bit of light, that doesn't disturb your sleep. And so, that way you can just get up, not have to turn on the lights. And because if you turn on the lights in the middle of the night, bright lights, you're going to have that shocking feeling, and it's going to be hard to get back to sleep after you come back from the bathroom. So that's my advice regarding that. All right, so that is going to do it here. I'm not going to read the rest of the tips here. I mean, there's a bunch more. Turn down the lights to get better sleep. You can read that on your own. Keep noise to a minimum, right? If you have the TV on, like I mentioned earlier, if you use the TV to have some backlight, if you need a little bit of light to be able to sleep, but not an excessive amount, you can keep on the audio low, or you can turn the audio off, but keep noise to a minimum. Avoid tobacco for better sleep. If you are a smoker, in the past, I've been a smoker in the past, not for too long. I don't smoke anymore, so that doesn't affect me. But yes, if you are a smoker, that's going to affect your sleep. A lot of people like to have a cigarette while they're in bed or before they go to bed. And that's not good. It's unhealthy. If you are a smoker, try to quit as soon as you can. And if so, don't smoke in your bedroom. Try not to even smoke in your place. Smoke outside. So that way you're not breathing in the smoke while you're sleeping. Keep pets off the bed. Yeah, I've had a hard time doing that in the past, especially when I was with my ex-girlfriend, Dana, and her dog, Mabel. We used to always bring her on the bed, but she was a clean dog. Mabel loved to jump up on the bed, that 60-pound female black lab. She was very needy. She's a female dog. Females are very needy, right? No disrespect. No, she was a great dog. She's in a better place now, but she was a great dog. Establish a relaxing nighttime routine. Absolutely. Use sleeping pills with caution. Yeah, if you're going to use sleeping pills, I would definitely, talk to your doctor. Look at the last line here. Ask your doctor for sleep tips if you need help. See your doctor for chronic sleep problems. All right, so let me switch back over to full screen. And let me go and add this link to the description of the YouTube video. I already shared it on the Facebook side of things. under source. So if you want to go and check out this article, it has now been added to the description. You can either refresh right now, or you can go back and watch the replay, and it will be there in the description. And it's just a great article to refer to if you're an insomniac, or having a hard time sleeping. Same thing. Look who's here before we get out of here. WrestleMania, LOL, great topic and perfect timing for getting ready for work. Have a great stream. Well, yeah, Jamie, WrestleMania, I am, are you surprised to see me live right now, man? This is my second stream within the last 6 or 7 hours, man. I've been going hard in the paint lately, brother. But it's great to see you here, man. WrestleMania, Jamie says, hi, Mutt Nuts. Oh, man. All right, folks. Time to get on out of here and finally try to get some rest, and hopefully the insomnia won't keep me up all night. Well, Jamie, you're on the East Coast, I believe, so, it is 4:37 a.m. where you're at. Same with you, Mutt. For me, it's only 1:37 a.m., so I still have some time to try and get some rest, right? And I'm self-employed, so I don't have to be up until, 7 or 8 in the morning anyway. All right, folks. I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. Thank you to Mutt Nuts World for being here. Thank you to WrestleMania, Jamie, for stopping by. It's always a great pleasure to see you, my friend. Say hi to your wife and your son, Elias, and everyone else in your family for me. And also thank you to Jeff Carr, who was here earlier. It was a great pleasure to see you again. I do remember who you are. You haven't been around here in a while, but it's great to see you here. And I think typically Jeff, is able to pop on these late night streams. I think the last time I saw Jeff was when I did a late night stream. All right, folks, I will be back tomorrow with a stream at some point, and we're going to keep moving forward here and continue helping people get a better grip on their lives. If there's a topic that you'd like me to tackle, please go to the description and find my email, Coach Eli at coacheli@melas.com. Email me with the topic request, and I'd be happy to do a show on it. Have a great night, everyone, or great morning, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Bye.